Hi, this is Noel from Datacoves. We love SQLFluff, but we found that when using it with Visual Studio Code, there were issues with the extension. So we worked with the SQLFluff maintainers and brought in Robert Osterman, who is now helping us maintain this extension and fix some of the issues we found and make some other improvements. So let's show you how this all looks now. The first thing that you'll notice is that there are some new extension settings in Visual Studio Code. And let me just close this out since we don't need that right now. So the main thing to look at here is if your SQLFluff executable is in a different path, you can change that there. And I'll show you there's a new feature for formatting a document, which essentially is going to run a SQLFluff fix. It's still experimental, but you can enable it there. And making sure that the formatter here is also enabled. The one important thing here is that you only want to format if you have on save if you have DBT enabled, DBT installed, because the DBT compilation takes a few seconds, so you don't want this to happen as you type. So given that you have these settings set up, there's also more information on the README for the SQLFluff extension. But given that you have all of this, then if we look at a file now that has some linting errors, one new feature that we have is that when you hover over the error, you can actually get right to the SQLFluff documentation. It's really handy if you don't know why a certain rule is coming up. That one was an easy one, but let's look at this one here as an example. So you can see that the issue here is that I'm mixing a named attribute and a column number. So that's why this one is failing. And as far as formatting, to apply a SQLFluff fix, you can select and right-click to format the document. And what this is now going to do is run a SQLFluff fix. And as you know, SQLFluff fix doesn't always fix the issues. So we should see that some of these errors get fixed, but some of them do not. There we go. And so this one, it couldn't do a fix. But there's also another new feature here. One thing that you used to have before is this view problem, which just kind of highlighted the row and it showed you some information about it, but let's close that. The new feature is actually this quick fix. So if I click on that, what this will essentially do is do an exclude rule on that failing rule there. But what it's actually doing is it's just adding it to my settings.json. So, you know, this works, but it's not necessarily the best thing because this is only happening in your environment. So if we go back, if I save this, it should eventually clear that linting error. So that's a quick overview of the new updates to the SQLFluff extension, and enjoy.